Hello friends, Dr. Nankishore here again. Here is the reality of the present day. We shall have to live with some other virus or with fungus henceforth. So let's get ready. In February 2021, we thought Corona had deserted our August company. We were sadly mistaken. It came with a bang. And then we all were talking in terms of waves. The wave that has peaks and troughs. Then the second and the third wave. We thought it was an assault on humanity by the non-consequential organism. Well, it wasn't. We, humans, supposedly the brainiest creature on the face of the earth, were reaping the fruits of invading their privacy. We invaded their wildlife, started sharing their spaces, hunted or befriended their hosts, the animals, and began devouring them for our pleasures. They didn't quite like this. The revolt was always on cards, and they did, with a killer instinct. They did not only kill, they also made the population morbid. The large population was left with breathlessness, obstructive airway disease, pulmonary fibrosis. Some had strokes and were paralyzed. Some had heart attacks. They survived, but were left morbid and dependent on others for the rest of their lives. Some went blind. The light was taken away from their lives, literally. Morbidity is more dangerous than mortality. And this particular fact, this virus knew the best. Most of the treating physicians were proved wrong. Everyone was left speculating the next move by the virus. The virus left the doors wide open for the otherwise innocuous-looking fungal infection. The moment the doctors thought that they found the answers to one situation, another was created in a hurry. The million-dollar question is there an end to this? Probably not. Remember those fateful 2 days in 1945, August 6th and August 9th, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world hasn't forgotten that tragedy in which more than 200,000 people were killed. But even that tragedy fades in comparison. Nearly 3.5 million lives were consumed by this virus, and the story isn't over yet. New infectious diseases are emerging in humans approximately every 8 to 9 months now. All the worst infectious viruses to emerge in recent decades, including HIV, SARS, Ebola, and now this COVID-19, are zoonotic, means they jump from animals to humans. The second risk factor is a poor health system. The cities that are most at risk of being the next to launch a pandemic are also well connected globally through airports, and Mumbai comes on top of the list. And this battle is not only against the viruses. Then there are fungi such as molds and yeast. Nearly 75,000 people in the United States are hospitalized for fungal infections every year. We all think of them as minor nuisance. Mold on cheese, mildews on shoes, mushrooms in the garden after rains. We notice them and then we scrap them off or dust them away, never realizing that we're engaging with the domain of fungi. Fungi constitutes their own biological kingdom of about 6 million species, ranging from common companions such as baking yeast to wild exotics. Number known to cause human disease is about 300. Black fungus, white fungus, and yellow fungus. These are just the minuscule parts of the kingdom. So what do we need to do? We need to think about ways to minimize contact between humans and wildlife as much as possible. Number one, which means working with forest departments to think about ways to reduce the sharing of space. Number two, by conserving habitat. Number three, improving health infrastructure, both for humans and vet care for livestock, and developing better disease surveillance system that can systematically monitor pathogens. And four, disease surveillance at airports. Parts of Asia and Africa are mostly at risk because of contact between people and animals and because of other factors. While it's quite possible that a pandemic could emerge in an area with good health infrastructure, it's more likely to happen in countries where healthcare is underfunded. And last but not the least, we will have to learn to live with all these organisms, eat well, exercise well, maintain the hygiene well. These are the key factors to develop immunity. That's the key to keep these organisms at bay. Locking yourself in the houses, closing down the economy are surely not the ways to fight this battle, for the simple reason that the battles are won on the field. Get rid of the fear factor. Just look at these pictures. The message is clear. क्योंकि डर के आगे ही जीत है. There are more viruses on this planet than the number of stars in the universe. More than 10 raised to the power 31. We literally live in a virus-filled world. Though most of them are not capable of causing any harm to us, they all require a host to thrive. We generally are relatively symptom-free, not because of our resilience, but because of the behavioral pattern of the virus. Thanks for watching the video.